here at Bar Harbor, and I am about to hop out and walk the exact last location that Brittanee was at, and almost the exact time. I am 5 minutes off. I tried to be on time, but I'm always gonna be late. But stay tuned. Okay, we are here at Bar Harbor where Brittanee Drexel stayed her last few days of her life. I am about to walk into the lobby, but I'm gonna try to be discreet as I can about it because I don't want anyone to hear me. So I'm gonna be quiet, but I'm gonna just give you a peek. Alright guys. There's no way in this hotel, so it was very well secured, which is good. Well, I don't know, we'll see. Parking deck of Bar Harbor. What is that? Alright, so basically there's no entrance into there. They must have shut that off for her, for where she stayed. But alright, well, I'm gonna take you on the last stroll that Brittanee Drexel took in her last time, or her last few hours of life. From Bar Harbor to Blue Ocean Resort. So we're traveling down. We're traveling down Ocean Boulevard, headed towards Blue Water Resort. Just traveling her course to Blue Water Resort. Clubs, bars, all the fun stuff 17-year-olds want to do, like any normal 17-year-old would want to do. I was once 17, had her super free spirit, just like Brittanee, and I thought everything was great in the world, just like she did. And if you notice the cat calling she was afraid of, it's actually done quite a bit here. You'll see in all the other videos I have recorded walking this strip. Nothing to scare me, just because I'm from the South. This is actually a really fun place for your kids to go. We went last night. It was a blast. Got my mind off some things. It's definitely been hard trying to do a murder mystery type project on a family vacation. It's made me quite the paranoid mother, I shall say. But anyhow, super fun place to take your kids and have a good time. Really was. So cool. It's beautiful. Look at that. Our most favorite ride there at Family Kingdom. And our favorite family place to eat is Friendly's. We make that like a tradition every time we come to Myrtle Beach. This would be our third family vacay here at Myrtle Beach. This one has definitely felt different. I have felt Brittanee in my soul. I'm so very glad she's hopefully found justice that she deserved, and her family has found the peace that they deserve as well. It's been hard for me to do this. And I just hope that her family knows how much my heart goes out to them. But this was her last walk that she would have had peacefully in her last few hours of life. So my husband is super paranoid and literally stalking me on this strip. Having a good time. Out that way is the beach. Super cool. So we are running about the same time as Brittanee. It is maybe 5 to 10 minutes off, just because I had to find the correct lobby, which they've switched up so it didn't look the same, but it was the correct lobby. I am headed down Ocean Boulevard here in Myrtle Beach to Blue Ocean Resort. It's been quite a walk. It's pretty populated. For this time of day in the summer, I would say it's pretty secluded. It's probably not a good idea to be walking by yourself. That's for damn sure. Especially if there's a monster on the loose. But it's pretty secluded. First night I made this walk, I was going the opposite direction just to give a little insight on what Myrtle Beach is all about. And there was a lot more people out. It was also the exact night she went missing, so it kind of showed you how the town really was at that time. This was our very first family vacay. As I grew my little family, this is our spot we stayed at. So cute and fancy. It's called Ocean Crest Resort. Beautiful. It was probably one of the best places we stayed at. Okay guys, so I'm definitely off schedule, and my reasoning for that is I had to come back to my resort and have my husband walk with me. It's very not safe for women at night. For a 17-year-old, I understand now why she asked for we know of one complete stranger to walk her back to her hotel. I believe it took her 2 people that she asked, which was the one that she shouldn't have. As a almost 40-year-old, I was terrified. My husband went on to our resort, and I told him to. As an idiot, my phone died, and some of the most insane, creepy shit happened to me that I will never walk alone again, especially in the town of Myrtle Beach. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do this safely because I do have children. We're leaving my resort right now, which is right down the street from Blue Ocean Resort, where Brittanee was last seen on surveillance camera. Between the last surveillance camera and the Blue Ocean Resort, there was a 15-minute distance when you walked the strip between that light and the Blue Ocean Resort. I'm about to turn back around and go back because I fucked up and let my phone die. So I'm a good hour off Brittanee's schedule, but I'm about to turn back around and go back toward Blue Ocean Resort. But I just wanted to show you this secluded area here. But I will do it in the backwards way. Okay guys, this is about where my phone died. So we're about an hour off of Brittanee's schedule. There's a cop, thank God. We're about an hour off of her schedule from her resort to her friend's resort. So my apologies, I tried to time that just right. Super secluded over there. It is a Wednesday compared to a Friday / Saturday that she went missing. She went missing on a Saturday. I will correct myself later on if I'm wrong. I know dates, I don't know days. Anyhow, we are walking the distance from her hotel to her friend Peter's hotel. Peter stayed at Ocean Resort, Blue Ocean Resort, and he stayed there for spring break, coincidentally, like Brittany. Anyhow, coincidentally, she had some other friends down here. The guy's name is Peter. She went to Peter's resort to hang out. She was super excited. She was having the worst trip of her life. Apparently, her friends were into drugs that she came down with. She kind of separated herself from them the night that she left from Bar Harbor to Blue Ocean Resort, just to kind of get away and see some other friends that just so happened to be here as well. In that night, which is a little twist to it, same night she goes missing. Friends have no clue she's missing, apparently, but she is. Apparently, friends' parents call, tell them they need to come home immediately from Myrtle Beach. So they left half their things and several other things as well. And I'm sorry. I would call that the blue light special out here. I wouldn't doubt that any of the weirdest shit goes on out here after what I just went through after getting out of my vehicle and walking from Blue Harbor to my resort at Landmark, which I had to go back and get my husband to finish this strip part of the project because it was just very intense with the cat calling, and not even that, but like even then, like being like 2 inches away from you and making remarks and creepy eyes. I mean, it was just creepy, and I'm not even a pussy. I'm just saying, it's creepy shit. There's some creepy shit over there. Anyhow, we're almost to the Landmark where I had to go back and get my husband because I was pretty damn terrified. But as you can see, Brittany traveled this distance. They say it was about 1.5 miles from Bar Harbor to Blue Ocean Resort, which is a total of 3 miles to and from, which she did not make back. She didn't make it back from Blue Ocean Resort. This is our resort that we stayed at for this trip. We've been here about 9 days, and I'm just gonna say it didn't start off as the best trip, but you know what? It's all right. Anyways, that is our hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. And you just keep traveling down this road, which gets quite secluded. I would definitely not walk this way by myself. I know that. My husband's walking a little too close. He's still in my full effect thing, but it's okay. I get it. I got enough of it off camera. So apparently there's a stoplight 15 minutes from Blue Ocean Resort. All right, guys, we are still making our way down here to Blue Ocean Resort, where her friend stayed, Peter. Apparently Peter was a good friend of Brittanee's. John, her boyfriend, knew about Peter, so they were completely just friends. There was nothing more than that. He was supposed to have been a really good friend of hers, which in the end proves that he was innocent and was actually a good friend in the end. I don't know about the protective type of friend, but he was a good guy. He didn't have anything to do with it. I just want you to see how secluded this road is. Walking from Bar Harbor to her friend's resort. Like, my thing is, like, how long has this motel, hotel, Holiday Inn been gone? I'm not sure if it's been 13 years, 9 years, 8 years, 20 years. But that area alone is just creepy. Just look at it. It's a huge space between hotels. Still super secluded. But like I said, this is a Wednesday night. But it is summertime, which shouldn't really matter as far as traffic at Myrtle Beach in the summer. But just this whole area and her walking it alone, it's mind-blowing that she even had enough guts to do it. She had asked the stranger the night before to walk her home because the cat calling was creeping her out. So she stops and asks a complete stranger to walk her back to her hotel. He does so. Nothing happens. He leaves. Apparently the next day, she goes missing. Because I think she got scared again. She wasn't with the crowd that she came with because she wasn't happy with them. She was miserable. There is a creeper van. Probably got about 20 women in it here from this town. I'm not fucking around. I personally believe this town is a town of sex trafficking. Like, I would totally say this town, there's just some things not adding up about this story now that it's out. We know who did it and just the backstories of the situation. It's just not making any sense. None of it makes sense. Like, I would totally say this town, there's just some things not adding up about this story now that it's out. We know who did it and just the backstories of the situation. It's just not making any sense. None of it makes sense. So apparently there was 2 other guys that were accused of abducting and raping her, or there was a guy who was in prison. I'm sorry, let me rewind that. There was a guy that was in prison for abducting another woman right outside of Blue Ocean Resort. All right, guys, so we made it to Blue Water Resort. We are here. We made it here. I do not know how she did that by herself. My husband's been with me. It's not as wild tonight as it usually is, or it was the other night when I did the tour of the strip here in Myrtle Beach. But this is apparently where she went and was last seen leaving and then never seen again. And I'm going to give you a little tour of that front lobby. not too sure which store she went into. Doesn't look the same in the video. I'm gonna assume it's these. I'm just gonna walk in. I'm not gonna say much because people are gonna think I'm crazy. But I am gonna try to walk in and give you a little tour of her last place of being on camera. And I'm assuming you have to have a key to get in there, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. But this is definitely the last place Brittanee was seen leaving. And from here, they have no clue where she went after that. Apparently the camera that was 15 minutes from here did not catch her heading back to Bar Harbor. So that tells us that she didn't make it back to that stoplight. Whether they have more footage, we probably won't know for a few more weeks. But I truly believe that she more than likely got scared on this road. She could have took a different route, or I'm about to show you just how secluded the side of this building is, which is there. Where they park their cars and all that stuff. It's very secluded in this area, which they are thinking is probably where she more than likely went missing. I mean, she could have very well decided to go walk on the beach. She could have walked that way, which is a bridge that takes you to the beach. She could have done that. Or, see, there's cameras right there. I'm assuming that would be the camera, but they may have just put those up after the fact that this happened, because they had no other footage but from a stoplight that's 15 minutes from her friend's resort. So I think they may have upgraded their stoplights here in Myrtle Beach, probably because of Brittanee. It was a big story. Apparently she was a sweetheart, very free-spirited, and fun-loving. She was into soccer. She loved cosmetology. She was going to be a cosmetologist. It's really sad. She did have a rare eye disease. When I get back to my notes, I will give you more details on that, which lead me to wonder what happened to Raymond's eye. Karma, or did she do it? Anyhow, like, that's just so creepy. Just an empty building. So very creepy. Like, was it empty 13 years ago? Possibly. Was it? We don't know. Story is, and this is just walking back to our resort. This is not, apparently, this is not the route she took back to Bar Harbor. They're saying either she took a different route or she was abducted just a few moments after walking out of Blue Water Resort. Even this area is super secluded if she made it to this area. I will do more research on which stoplight she was last seen at to give you more info, but that's a pretty secluded area right there, coming from Blue Water Resort. It's super party town. It's family friendly, but it's definitely turned into more of a party city that I've noticed. I had just started doing family vacations here the same year she went missing, so every year it's downhill. I will say that. This will be our last time coming. I don't know if it's the project I'm on or it's just that creepy. But it will be our last family trip here, that's for sure. Twilight surf. Yeah, that's some creepy shit. Vacancy. I bet. Little ATM to go with it. My ass. I like those lights. Evie would love that. Yeah.